Hello and welcome to this video. This is part 2 of the record book correction series. In this video, we are going to focus on these gold sheets and the corrections. So this is the gold sheet or the record book completion checklist that would have been included in the front of your book. And this is where we mark off what was completed, what corrections need to be made, or maybe what was missing altogether. Record books are a learning experience, and we don't expect them to be perfect, but we do want to continually guide you on where you can improve and help you with those different learning experiences. So we like to make comments on the side for tips or suggestions, as well as where you might need to make corrections. For those that just needed minor corrections, we still would have marked those areas and then wrote some corrections or some improvements on the side, but we would have marked members in good standing and the gold seal of completion. Or sometimes some of our younger members, there might have been several places that they needed to improve, but we know that being younger members, we don't expect them to have all those skills just yet, and so we just suggest so they would know for next year's. But however, if maybe there were too many areas to correct or parts that were missing, such as like the activity pages or a whole record for a project, then what we would have done is we would have marked revisions needed and membership pending. And so understand that membership pending means if you don't get those corrections made or they're not good enough when you resubmit them, then you would be a member not in good standing for this next year, and we don't want that to happen. So we really want you to get those corrections made. But so any of the books that have these marked here, those are the books that must be corrected and resubmitted for the final review. And we always encourage those kids, especially, to come into the office and work on their corrections with us. Those that take advantage of that offer will learn which corrections they need to make or how to do so and whatnot. And they have a better idea for how to do them for next year. Usually this process is relatively quick, and almost every time they leave with approved corrected record books and their membership is restored. So, we've even had kids that, their record books were kind of a mess. They came in, we worked through them, and they left with, they were members in good standing. So we do encourage kids to come in and take advantage of that offer. So you should be using this gold sheet to know what it is that you need to do for your corrections or what was missing or why you were, membership pending. I like to circle and put a check. Julie writes need, the word need in the area, but either way. And then we write our comments to the side of, and if we've marked something, you will definitely have some comment there for what you need to do or why it was marked. So sometimes this might not be something that you can go back and realistically correct, such as like writing your 3 goals for the year. And that's one that oftentimes is marked. But we don't want you just to go back and make up those goals just to complete that section. That's just busy work, and it's not how goals work, nor does it really help you. So those that come in and get help from me, I always have them write their goals for next year instead. So they're learning that skill, practicing that skill, and then it's helping them with their next year's record books. They already have that part done. However, just understand that, that would never be, if that's all you had was your goals weren't very good, or even missing, that wouldn't be enough to be revisions needed and membership pending. So there's usually more that is missing. Typically, the books that have to come in for revisions are those that are missing things like their activity pages, or maybe they didn't include a whole project, all the records for that, or maybe so many of the sections were not correct that we want them to come in so we can help them learn better how to fill out record books. And, maybe they're, pretty new member and they haven't learned that skill yet. So, but also understand that these expectations that we have for considered a complete record book, it's based on this checklist. And some of our younger members, we may simply make comments or suggestions, and then you'll still get that gold seal because we know that you're young and still learning, but then each year we're going to expect more and more from you. And especially like our market animals or even just animal projects in general, there's so much for those records, and some of those can be really confusing of what it is that they're looking for. We get a lot of them where, they didn't fill out the different sections correctly, and it's a lot to learn and we don't want kids to feel overwhelmed. So we might have you do revisions and really suggest that you come in and learn them. And then each year we kind of work on that so that that expectation can grow. But so sometimes, if you have siblings or something, just understand, if you both filled out your records the same, they might be in good standing, but you as the older member might not be, simply because we expect more from you because you're an older member and you should know more. So we take a lot of things into account for that, your own personal experiences or things like that. But we do, I strongly believe in the learning aspect of anything to do with 4-H, especially record books. And so I care more about the skills that you're learning and how you're growing in 4-H than how perfect your record books are. So, I still might mark them and suggest things, but I may not, punish you for every little mistake because I don't feel like that's the overall goal. But this is also why we give you a chance to make those necessary corrections, as well as encourage you to come in and get some help from us, because we can help you with any of that and make it more of a learning process rather than a painful process. So go ahead and check out our next video, which is where we're going to focus more on this activity page. This seems to be oftentimes what's missing from record books when they have to do corrections. And so check out that video and learn some more. All right. Thank you for joining us.